What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Coaster. This is episode 26 now on the series. I woke up this morning, you guys, to 400 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you all so much for helping support the dream and smashing that subscribe button. As you can see, the park is absolutely flooded with people. We have 8,500 people in the park right now, which I think is the most we've ever had. Now, this area over here that I tried to correct yesterday with the addition of the path and with the addition of these rides out here, the foot traffic out in the outskirts still isn't very good. And to be honest, I'm running out of ideas to try to get more people out here. There is a thing called Vista Points, which sort of makes the guests want to go to a specific area of the park, so I might try that a little later on. But what I want to do first is try to tackle this disaster right here, and it is all because of Quick Draw. I can't think of any other reason that this many people would be flooding this area like this. If we look at Quick Draw's prestige, it's 1300, which I believe is the highest prestige in the entire park, so it makes sense that a lot of people would want to come over to it and ride it. Now, the only thing I can think of to sort of correct this issue at this point is to delete the paths to Scoop-de-Loop-de-Hoop-de, move the scenery and move the ride back this way, as close to this border as we can possibly get, and maybe I'll try to add in an additional path in here to sort of help people get around a little easier. Luckily, this queue is super easy to make, so I will be able to do it again without a problem. Alright, that is the queue completely deleted. Let's go ahead and delete the exit path over here. I do wish there was some way, guys, that the paths could actually follow the rides. That just seems like a no-brainer thing to implement. Okay, now we can go through and try to select all of the scenery here. Oh no, I totally forgot about this turn, dude. If we do this, we're gonna have to move the queue scenery for Super High also. Oh man. Because Scoop-de-Loop-de-Hoop-de goes around the pond, we'll have to move the pond out also. Oh man, that sucks. Okay, so let's delete the queue over here for Super High, and we'll have to recreate a pond. We'll have to move all the scenery for Super High. We'll have to move Super High. I think I bit off a little bit more than I could chew here. Okay, the path for Super High has been deleted. This is gonna be very interesting, you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this to work or not, but we're definitely gonna give it our best shot here. All right, that should be everything selected now. Rather than moving it with the regular move tool, I'm gonna try to use the advanced move so I can get it pushed out as far as it can possibly go. Okay, that looks like it's about the max. Now, it did push it out quite a bit, but that really doesn't give us that much more room. I think it'll help for sure, but I was kind of hoping for at least making this path twice the size. We might still be able to do it, but we'll go ahead and place those down right there. All right, now for the annoying part, we're gonna have to get out our sculpting tool here. Go to flatten to foundation, and we are going to have to flatten this whole area out right here where the old pond used to be. All right, that's looking better. We're just gonna bury the old lily pads and pretend they're not there, I guess. So let's make ourselves a new pond right here. I definitely think the last one was maybe too deep, so let me see if I can put some water in that. I can, but it's not very high. Let me go a little bit further. That's good enough. So now we're just gonna select the lowest point here, start making our circle, bring it out to about there, bring this out as far as we can, just until it reaches the coaster supports. That looks good. Now we'll start bringing it out this way a little bit. Same thing, just until it reaches the supports for the coaster, and we'll start to curve it back in. It's just a little oval pond. It's nothing too fancy. There we go. All right, that's looking better already. Now we just have to go around and smooth out all the edges, make everything look all nice. All right, now that it's all smooth, let's see if we can drop some water in here. So I like the calm water for this area. I definitely like the rough water as well. It just doesn't look as good over here, I don't think. So let's add the calm water in here, and it looks like the lily pads are gonna be reusable. Oh, duh. That's because we moved all of the scenery, so all the lily pads just moved with everything else. else. That's why they're in the same spot, duh. So we have got to move these bad boys right here out just a tad. They're kind of clipping through the land right there. That looks better. And we'll get our sand paint on here. All right, now we're gonna take the size down to 10 foot and the intensity down to about 50. And we're gonna work our way along the edges here, trying to blend in the sand a little bit better with the grass. All right, that looks better already. Now we're gonna go down to 25% intensity and go around the outside one more time, getting it blended just a little bit more. And there we go. We got our pond back. Honestly, I think this one looks a little bit better than the last. I don't know why. Maybe the blending just looks a little bit better. Now, we still have all of these people crowding this area here. So let's go into our paths and let's see if we can fix this. God, I can't get a grid from anything over here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Got that one. So I want the path to come out kind of like this. Now, I know this is going to be a bit much at first, but I think... Oh no, can we not connect it? Dang, I really wanted this to be all one big path. I'm sure people can walk over it, but that's not what I wanted to do here. Okay, let's try something else. We're gonna get rid of this path and try to basically recreate it. All right, so now we have one big path here. I know it looks kind of nuts right now, but as soon as I, fix the scenery over here, move all these benches and trash bins around, it should look a little bit better. Right here, though, I'm gonna have to figure out something new to do. And actually, what are our sales on this? Only 44 bucks. I'm just gonna ditch the vending machine. I don't really think we need this anymore. But now we have to re-add all of the paths that we had to delete after deleting this whole path section here, which should be fairly easy. All right, and I'm gonna make the queue opening over here for quick draw a little bit wider. I don't know if that's necessarily going to help anything, but it seems like the right thing to do. And now we're gonna have to, because I had to delete a little bit of section there, so we're gonna have to recreate the priority pass entrance and exit in a similar location if we can. Okay, so the priority queue can't be placed where we had it before, so we're gonna have to move a little bit of scenery as well. Let's see if the entrance will still work, or the exit. Place that there. If we connect these paths up, it should work. Yeah, that looks fine. Now let's see about connecting this up. There we go. Perfect. All right, just moved a little bit of scenery and it's back to looking as good as it did before. I do want to move this just in slightly so it's not touching the sign. This is where your OCD really kicks in here, guys. All right, that looks good. So the queue for quick draw is all back to normal. Let's see, we do have to still recreate the queue for Scoop-de-Loop-de-Hoop-de, but let's start working on the queue for super high, I think. Just in case there are sort of any like clumping issues with the amount of guests that we have in the park over here in this intersection, I went ahead and made the path a little bit wider over here as well. Now I just have to reconnect this path to here, and we're back to looking normal. So the exit will just go right there, pretty much the same as before. And the entrance really didn't change that much. It just sort of pushed it out a little bit. I'm actually going to start at the entrance to the ride and work my way around that way. I'm gonna turn off angle snap so I can get it about the same angle that it was before. All right, so the queue, again, pretty much the exact same thing it was before, but now we have to do the priority queue, and this one took me a while to do in the beginning. So let's see if I can recreate the magic here. Place the exit over here, and we just gotta connect them up. I'm gonna leave angle snap off again to hopefully do the same thing as before. All right, priority queue all finished up. It looks about the same. Okay, so I think super high should be good. I do want to do something else over here with the scenery. We could actually put a shop in here, or maybe another bathroom block. I don't know. We got a couple of different options that we can do for scenery over here, but I don't have to worry about that just yet. Now moving over to Scoop-de-Loop-de-Hoop-de. This is gonna be an interesting one. I'm gonna start with the exit, bring a staircase down, turn it around. That looks pretty good. I'll go with that. All right, that's the exit path complete. Still got to keep this sort of squared up angle right here. I wish it was more round, but that's all right. The scenery for the front, guys, we might have to get rid of. I don't see us being able to reuse that. We might be able to. I'll give it a shot and see what I can do. Now, I know this episode's gonna seem kind of boring at first, but You guys know this stuff has to get done. It is something that I could have done off camera, but I do have a couple of, wow, that's not what I wanted. I do have a couple of things that I want to show you guys that I did off camera here. All right, connect the queue up to the start. And for this one, I never did square up the paths, but I definitely want to do that this time around. All right, these vases are not going to be able to sit here anymore, so I'm gonna have to pull them out just a tad. About there looks solid. Now that we have the queue done, we can do the priority pass, entrance and exit. Looks good. All right, now for the scenery, guys, we're gonna try to make this work. And a little bit of overhang over the path. I'll take it. That doesn't look too bad. These rocks, guys, were sort of at the base of one of the pillars on the coaster track. I'm just gonna get rid of those and get rid of these. Now that we have a path here, the pillar's not gonna be able to drop down to the ground. And we'll have to figure out a different scenery thing for over here. Now that we have the vending machine gone, we'll have to sort of reconfigure that a little bit. Okay, and now it's just a case of moving these barrels and benches around back to where they were before, and we should be back to normal, and hopefully we don't get that big crowd anymore, guys. This is supposed to fix it. We are very quickly running out of space here, so if this doesn't work, guys, we're just gonna have to make a new park, which I'm not opposed to. This one was very, very easy. I do think we might do another series we later on. That's on a much harder difficulty, just so I actually have a challenge. This one was not hard, like at all. Once we got started, we were off to the races, but I'm gonna add these paths back in over here to the shops. We'll try to get them looking like they did before. We'll roll with that. Now we need a path over here connecting into the staff building. That path still looks good, unchanged. I think we're ready to play this sucker out, guys. We do probably want a couple more benches and things over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. All right, now let's just go ahead and fast forward a little bit here, and we'll see. We have 8,300 people in the park now, so once we deleted that path, it deleted all those people that were standing on it as well. But there does seem to be quite a sea forming through here, so let's see if we fixed something. I think everyone is leaving the queue for quick draw as well. Oh my god, dude, it's actually working. We actually have enough space now. Like, we're still getting this cluster around the queue for quick draw and the bathrooms, but the other people can at least get around them now, which is good. This area over here is starting to get a little clumped up now, but it should thin out as soon as everyone sort of finds where they want to go. Oh my god, dude, I'm so happy now, because it was causing us so many problems. The mechanics couldn't get around because they were stuck in this big conglomerate of people. The janitors couldn't get around because they were stuck in there. Our entertainers couldn't get around to entertain people because they were trapped in there. Like, it was a way bigger deal than most of you probably thought. And it should let more people go over into the shops. It should let more people go over into this path. That's looking a lot better. Just having alternate routes that people can take, I feel like, is really, really important in a park of this scale. We have 8,000 people inside of this park, so we need quite a bit of room for people to be able to walk around in. All right, let's turn off the fast forward here. We do have Scoopty-Loopty-Hoopty closed. Let's go ahead and open that back up. Oh my god, guys, that is just the biggest weight off my shoulders. I had no idea how we were gonna help clear this area up, but I think we finally did it. So, without any further ado, let's get into the actual episode now today, guys. You all know we're trying to get as much foot traffic out here as we possibly can so we can get all these lovely guests on our very incredible ride out here, the Stinger. In the last episode, we added this big old boat right here, Captain Salt. We also added this out here, the Sundial. People really seem to enjoy that. I did hire another janitor to hopefully clean up this vomit. I like plopped him over here, he cleaned it all up, and then just walked away. So I'm hoping that we can get another one out here to keep it all nice and clean. Now, something that I added off camera you guys wouldn't have seen is this. It kind of looks like waves, right? I tried to make like a wave wall to sort of tie in the water theme to this section of the park. I think it turned out really well. Let me know what you guys think, but we could place this pretty much anywhere in any park. It's super easy to make. It's just a couple of wall sections. Another thing that I did that was highly requested was added some trees on top of the mountain to make it look a little bit more realistic, and it definitely does. I can't wait, guys, to do an episode where I go through and ride all the rides. It'll probably just be music over top of most of it, but I mean, there's a couple of things I could say on the rides, but I'm sure I've already said everything I need to about each and every one. But if I get into the first person view for a guest over here, just look at how much better this looks with trees. Seriously, it looks so much better. Now, adding the trees, of course, did not really help our queue scenery rating for the Raging River. It's still about 20%. That's kind of what it was before. It bumped it up slightly, so I can charge 14 bucks now for this instead of 13.50, but people are still lining up for that. People are still lining up for Pelican. Surprisingly, guys, look at this. People are really lining up for the splash zone now. I hope nothing bad has happened. Something bad has happened. Why you do this? I don't understand. It was working so well before. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Well, at least we have a line now. That's good. Well, we have to figure out some way we can get the boats back without closing the ride and making everyone leave. Close, open, it's gonna pour everyone out of the exit. Why does it not work anymore? Okay, I'm really confused by this. We'll let it test out here. See, all the boats drop just fine now. Didn't have any issues until a few minutes ago. But anyways, once that thing is done testing, we'll check back in on it. The Acrobat is still broken down. The mechanic, for whatever reason, guys, just sits outside of here for hours at a time. And I have no idea how to fix it. I've tried everything. I bumped it down from 3 coasters to 2 coasters. I just don't know what to do here. All right, the first boat should have arrived back safely. We have a 1137 now. Divided by 35 would be 32.48. Let's just charge 30 bucks. We'll bump it up 5 bucks on that. And people should be on their way out to ride it, hopefully. Okay, guys, think water ride here. We have to find something else that is sort of a water ride. This, definitely not. 360 power, nope. Psychola, nope. Yeah, I definitely think we're running out of potential water rides here. Sky Ace. Oh, that one's actually kind of cool. You know what? Let's save this area right here for another coaster. Let's do a Cheraplane. So we'll get this put right up against here, against the queue. The entrance we're gonna do on the back side, right there. And the exit we'll do, of course, right behind the operator, right there. That pole's just gonna have to be there. I mean, people can walk around it, I guess. All right, now for the entrance, I'm gonna do something real simple. I don't see a lot of people wanting to ride this, so we'll do our entrance right there. The excitement on this thing, guys, it's very, very low. Sequence, we have a flat spin. Oh, actually, we have a couple of them. Hang on just a second. I'm gonna change them all to flat spin here. Flat spin, left tilt spin, right tilt spin, anti-clockwise tilt spin, and then clockwise tilt spin, and we'll finish it off with another flat spin. Let's go ahead and test that out. The ride colors are pretty good. Oh, I didn't realize that it lifts up like that. That's actually dope. All right, so we're gonna do a similar thing to what we've been doing on the other rides. We're gonna take the basic colors and just brighten them up a little bit. All right, priority pass is going right there, and the exit going right here. All right, priority pass, super basic, just something simple to get us started here. And then let's go ahead and make sure that the floor in there is wood. All right, I'm surprised this thing's not done testing. There we go. What do we got? A little bit better of a score. Let's see what the prestige is. A 453. That is awful. Divided by 35 would be 1294. So I'm just gonna charge 1250 for it. Go ahead and open it on up. A lot of people are saying they don't have enough money to do certain things, so I'm gonna grab this ATM building right here. I'm gonna duplicate it and plop one down over in this area where we have a little bit of space. Put it right there. That way people have no excuse for not having enough money. Let's see, work roster, that's what we need to change next. This would be the southwest area. So we will select the Cheraplane and the new ATM we just put in. This area of the park, dude, doing way better. I'm super happy with that. Okay, maybe Cheraplane is gonna be a little bit more popular than I originally thought. We may end up redoing the queue here. Let's see what our queue scenery rating was. 24%. Pretty terrible, but I'll take it. It's better than 0%. I guess we could put a little decoration around it. I'm just so sick of decorating, you guys. And like a bunch of people have been asking me to play Planet Zoo. That's pretty much all that game is decorating. You don't have like the preset things that you can drop down. Like you don't have a ride that you can just drop down and do things like that. Like you have to make everything, and that would drive me absolutely nuts. To be honest, I just don't have enough time to go through and do that much off-camera work on a game like that. So for now, guys, we're gonna be sticking with Planet Coaster, but maybe in the future we'll do some Planet Zoo. I'm not against the idea. Like I said, I just simply don't have enough time to spend on decorating. Yeah, Chairplane's filling up pretty dang quickly. I didn't think it was gonna be that popular. Well, we did some big stuff in this episode. We did some big stuff, but I do feel like it was kind of a boring one. I do apologize about that, but you guys know this stuff has to be done. Now, in a future episode, we will be doing another coaster, and we're going to be doing a monorail from over here to over here. But I do think that is going to do it for this one, you guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, leave a comment, help support the dream by smashing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace.